Hey, how you guys doing today? This is going to be a video on customization. We are going to address and talk about how to make uh, Timebreaker Goku Black's ankles a lot better, give it a little more articulation, a little more mobility, because this is my second copy and I got this about a week ago. I wanted to at least have two. Um, of the Demoniacal Fit version, and I was hoping that maybe they adjusted the ankles a little bit because these ankles were definitely really tight, and it wasn't just that. It seemed like it was random too because um, my brother and my sister, they have their own versions as well, and my sister had one where one was nice and loose, and then the other one was just like really stuck, like there was nothing you could do, right? And if you guys seen enough of my videos, I like to customize. I like to thicken up pegs or loosen them, or whatever I need to do. If I need to shave down parts, I've done that too. So I figured out how to do that with these ankles, and let me show you guys real quick because I have two copies of this guy right here, right? And both of my copies I already shaved. So what I did was I shaved down the ankles, right? I removed the foot and I shaved down this. You see this white part right here? This white part right here, like the little border around the cuff. So this part right here was really thick. I noticed that it's really thick and the ankle can't move for nothing. It's just like barely goes like this, right? But now that I shaved it down on both of them, on both my fingers, on both feet, um, you're able to make it a lot looser, and it goes, and you can even see that there's a little bit of a spacing now that you can move it alongside, right? So look at that. There you go, right? So you can do that, or let me show you on this foot. You can do this, right? So now the foot bends that much, right? Probably not that much on camera. There you go, right? Bends that much. And let me show you guys what it looks like when it doesn't bend as much. This figure here is my sister's figure. I borrowed hers because she's not into the details like that, right? She doesn't care about customizing it, or sometimes if something pops off with glue, um, because of a lack of quality glue, she doesn't really care about that too much. As long as the figure looks good and poses decently, she's happy, right? So she definitely has not had her ankle shaven on her figure. On hers, they still look the same, and you can see, right? You'll be able to see the difference. Look at the bottom part on mine is the right one on the right, and the one on the left is my sister's, right? You can see that the white part is a lot thicker on the one on the left, the cuff at the bottom, right? This part right here, and it's a little thinner on mine because I shaved it down. And the beauty about that was also, that was cool, was like, let me show you real quick so you guys can see. It's not hard to pop off these feet. Just make sure you grab it from here. I will say that I think I saw a few guys with, I saw a few videos where a couple guys had their soles popped out of their foot, and that does seem to be like a general thing with this figure. I feel like they rushed it out probably, and even though they had a lot of time, they probably still had some kind of a crunch. But anyways, this did pop out for me. I already super glued it and it's fine now. But it always seems to be the left foot that pops out easily. Both of mine's definitely did that. As soon as you try to move the toe hinge, it'll do that. But a little super glue, like I said, and it's good. So anyways, you pop that out, right? So there you go. That's what the inside looks like. So the beauty of doing this method is when I shave things down on figures to make them fit better, or I do that on Transformers too. I've done it on a few Dragon Ball figures. I always make sure that the plastic, right, itself, it doesn't have a paint coat, right? You can tell that this white part is just white plastic. It's not painted white and then a different color plastic underneath. Because if you do that, then that's going to be a problem. Let's say this was like, I don't know, a red plastic underneath, or even this color plastic underneath, right? It's going to look ugly if the the red or the reddish tone right there comes out, right? That's going to look really ugly. So you have to make sure that the part you're shaving down uh is the color that you see, you know what I mean, like that it's not covered in paint, or if it is, it's the same type of paint, right? So anyways, I shaved this down. Let me see if you guys can see that. Yeah, you can see that. I used a regular nail file, nothing too fancy, right? I have two types. I have this one and a small metal one. But yeah, I just shaved that down, and you can see how it looks on the inside. Like, I don't mind if there's a little bit of unevenness on the inside of the circle. That's not gonna bother me because the foot's covering it. But other than that, I made it nice and even, and it works well, right? So now let me show you. Okay, so this figure of my sister's is weird because this foot articulates fine, right, decently, and then this one doesn't. This one's like really stuck. So like I'm gonna show you real quick, like the foot. You see how that foot moves, right? It moves a decent amount. This one moves really good. I can go back and forth pretty good, right? But then this one here does not do that. It's really snug on it. Like that's it. Like that's all it moves, right? Look at that. Nothing. And you can't even see the spacing between there. You can see that it's really tight to the cuff. So if she wanted to loosen this up, all she has to do is shave this cuff a little bit, and it should be just like this one, right? So I feel like that's what became the issue with this figure, because for the most part, Demoniacal Fit has decent ankles, right? They're not perfect, they're not the greatest, they're not, spectacular, but they were definitely SH comparable, right? And I even messed with other figures from my collection, and yeah, a lot of them were like not like this. I'm like, this bugs me, so I kept playing with this guy for days, and until I figured that out. And like I said, I popped it out. Like I said, so it doesn't move right here, right, at all. So it went from this, and then to this, you know what I mean? Like even this one, I could probably shave a little more if I wanted to. Let me show you guys that. You see that, how it has that little bit of space that it creates because it's moving. Now I'm gonna show you how this one works. I'm gonna go as far as I can to the left, and then I'm gonna go as far as I can to the inward bend on the foot. Right, and then there you go. Okay, so you can see both feet right there, right? You can see that the foot on this one, the right foot on this figure definitely bends a little more, not by a lot, but it's definitely not snug like this one right here is. Like I said, this one's really tight to maneuver. I can't look at. I'm going back and forth right there. That's it. Whereas this one, right, I can go back and forth that way, and I can go back and forth that way as well. Right, look at that. That's a big difference, right? You see that, right? Look, I can go that much. Whereas this one, that's it. Nothing, right? Anyways, the point is that if you want to, like I said, I know a lot of people might not like that or want to do that, or you might not trust yourself. But if you have a moderately decent steady hand and you wanted to adjust these ankles to get a little bit more flexibility, and I will say it is definitely a massive difference. It's not, like I said, going to be spectacular or anything like that, but it is a big difference, and it definitely works a lot better. I was really struggling posing this guy with standing poses because he couldn't like bend these so much, but after I did that, it was a lot better for sure. Oops, let me get that. But anyways, yeah, so let me show you what this side looks like so you guys can see this side as well. That's pretty much it. Look at that. The plastic is just white plastic, so that's cool. So I just shaved those down. Better articulation with these ankles. If you want to try it, that's the way to do it. Or if you want to do it, that's how you go about it. Otherwise, he's definitely got the most rigid ankles. And like I said, I got my second copy, hoping that, like other times, maybe he got updated or adjusted or fixed or something, right? But his ankles didn't get fixed. Other than that, everything else was fine. The articulation was good. The chest, the arms, the head sculpts, everything else was great. It was just these ankles that were bothering me. But anyways, that's pretty much it for today. I hope this helps out. If you guys enjoyed what you saw, give me a like, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.